fly to Legend. How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's cool. So because wait for it. We're gonna do some legendary stuff, I think, today.
Legend something dairy.
Shouldn't it be Legend.Art?
Yeah.
Like,
It should. Whatever.
So yeah, we're having a crazy day, and that's fun. I mean, you just got off a stream. I was busy doing stuff, like, so I didn't even see it. So I hope you guys had fun. I'm sure I kind of guessed what you were talking about. You know, I don't know, what can you tell us, Corey? Because we're like Legend.Art is going live like really soon, like definitely 3.0, definitely before people get in the uplift.
Before some people get the uplift. So Legend is LGND, Legend.Art, Lgnd.Art is actually the company that acquired the uplift. They are a big effing deal. They've got talent recruiters from Netflix. They've got website designers from Disney. They've got like just a world-class team of people, literally. And the whole point behind Legend.Art is to be a place for the fine artists of the world and giant names and brands in the art and I think eventually the music world can release things in a way that will be streamlined and effective for no coiners, right? For people that don't really understand cryptocurrency, are like seeing this NFT situation, want to be part of it, want to just have something to collect from their favorite artist or favorite musician or whatever, and yeah. So I'm just noticing we don't have any people in here. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, so I don't know, but that's kind of cool. I mean, let's share it out.
Well, let's maybe test to see if it's working, because I think I asked Greg and them to actually. No, it's we're live right now. Okay, cool. Nobody got the
nobody got the invite.
Yeah, nobody got the invite. We're streaming live. We're actually streaming live twice to the page, which is interesting to me. But yeah, let's check that tune out again. I was playing that this morning. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, we got the Roar design back for We Are the Tide, and it's real good. And then we'll share this thing out and get some people here, and it'll be awesome. And then we can just start all over again. Blink. Yeah. Okay.
The silence. Rock and roll when the sun comes up. It's power. Where we go on, we go on. 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 Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go on. Together we cannot fall. The silence when the sun comes up. Family we are building. Community and the tribe. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go on. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go on. Together we cannot fall. Silence for the sun. This is power. Silence when the sun comes. This is power. Family, we are building. the community and the tribe. We things the power. We are the tide. We are the tide. We are the tide. The tide. The tide. It's rising. Oh, it's rising. Oh, it's rising. It's rising. Oh, together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go on.
I mean, that's just good shit.
Yeah, I completely agree. Sorry, I completely agree. Yeah, I really like that a lot. I think I've said that before.
Yes.
I'm glad people are here. Please go help us share this out.
I can hear myself there. I don't know what's going on over there. Sorry about it. Hey, so here's NFT Composer. By the way, thanks for the message yesterday, or last night, or this morning, or everything's blended together. Feel free to write some lyrics. I have some sketches from Yoshi, music sketches from Yoshi, and would love to do some collaborations with artists in the space. So send me some lyrics, and I'll see if anything happens. It'll be really cool. Okay, so Jimmy, what do you think of this? Let's do something a little different. It's 9:09 right now. Let's talk about Legend.Art at 9:20 and just have fun for 10 minutes. Let people stream in. Everybody go invite your friends. If anybody you know has been curious about Legend.Art, I've been teasing it a while, so it would make sense for there to be some demand there. Anyway, and in the meantime, we'll do some gratitudes, and I think we have some NFTs to give away or something we used to do on the show that was pretty fun.
Yeah,
we could do shit like that. So yeah, like 9:20, maybe a little bit after that. If you guys can share it out, and then that way we can sort of drop the bombs to as many people as humanly possible. And so, what do you think about hiding some more gratitudes up there? I was just flying up there right now.
Well, I mean, we've got space in the wall still, right?
I think we might maybe on the sides for like a little sneaky ones.
I didn't have I didn't have a chance to go back and watch yesterday's roundtable, but like I don't know, it was hard to tell. I mean, mBlu's pretty stoic at times, so I think he was visibly okay with it. So maybe I think we can sneak one more in there. Yeah.
Techno,
just
shut up! Don't do it. It's terrible.
So
it's sad. Oh.
I wanted to mention this as well. Like, so, because the launch is coming up soon. If you're here and you haven't watched that roundtable, go watch it. Not now, when the stream is over, because like that was awesome. Our roundtable yesterday with mBlu talked about like this side of it a little bit, but we also had some really cool artists, which we're going to feature next week as well on the show. So,
yeah, it was real good. Man, it's so dark. It gets sad when it's dark, Jimmy.
Really?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Really?
I don't know.
Look at our little lonely little thing. It's like just in there.
I like it. This is really well built and really well done. So
we hit it. And the sun's gonna come up soon. All right. Well.
You want to go first? It's good if you do, because
I mean,
There we go. Yeah, I've got like.
So yeah, I'm really grateful for Legend.Art, Rockwell, who's the CEO, and mBlu. So mBlu founded Legend.Art. It was his idea, and we'll get into this more in a bit. But he actually brought Rockwell on, who was a head, very bigwig, like VP of something or other at Apple. You probably heard of that little company called Apple. Right. And he's awesome. He's amazing. Like having those two as mentors in the space is it's been invaluable to me, right? Like this is my first major startup, and these guys are titans, right? So having them be able to guide me, leading the Uplift project has been just invaluable. And like their whole stack of people, like the partnership between Uplift and Legend.Art is going to be real amazing.
Uplift.Art, the Uplift.world, Legend. I think this is just kind of the beginning of the projects that are going to be rallying around it.
Agreed.
So I really like Rockwell as well. I don't know him as much as you, but for me, I have the same sentiments about mBlu. I've known mBlu for a long time, probably as long as almost anyone in these projects in the space. We started way back with Uplift Nation trying to put blockchain on the charity, and it didn't quite work out as we expected because of the regulations and stuff. And mBlu kind of figured out, as you said, as the founder, he kind of figured out what to do with like Uplift.Art, and then kind of figured out what to do with like Legend. And so I'm really grateful just to be part of this with mBlu. Because he's a humble, kind, and absolutely brilliant man in his own right? And it's just been it's been like a 5-year journey with him doing things in charity, and working our tails off and seeing people come and go and porting from one idea to the next. And so this is like, I think this is a really emotional time for mBlu, but like it's for me, people might not know this. Like this is huge for me. Yeah. This release, and getting to meet you and doing the show is all cool, and Uplift.Art was cool, but like this is the climax of everything that mBlu has been focused on, even if he didn't realize this is what he was focused on. That's kind of the way he rolls, right? So I think that was like really really awesome. That I get to be a part of this and see, experience it with him. And it's a lot different than it used to be. But yeah, I think,
So never use 8 words where 700 will do.
Well, I mean, I'm just
I'm totally kidding. Like how help me to, because that needed every single one of those words. I just want to throw it there. Sure. With all jokes aside.
I'm grateful to be a part of this thing with mBlu. That's the good thing about it. And I mean, he, like, Uplift.Art aside, man, like he's you as well, Corey. And I think you understand this too. But he's a coworker. Yeah, he's an associate. But more so, he's a friend, right? And we can sit and talk and laugh and do interviews on other channels, and it's just become this really, it's become a different world with people like you guys in it for me. And I think it's interesting, mBlu brought this up on the stream yesterday, and some of the girls were talking about it as well. But like the corona, virus times, the pandemic that we're all living in, like it kind of sucks, but at the same time, there was some like interesting good things that came out of it, right? Like new relationships, new people, new ideas for, people to be able to connect. Like nothing's entirely good or entirely bad. I don't think. I don't honestly believe that you can have something that's entirely good or bad. So I think it's really interesting to see where we're coming and what's happening and all of the crazy, like, we're just beginning, Corey. Like on the show too, we're just beginning. With the Uplift world, we're just beginning. Like,
So hey, Tech Geek, possible to post gratitude videos in the uplift. Could you explain that? Like, because we can't post videos in the uplift, although that is definitely on our radar. It's something to look into.
I mean,
like streaming videos, that kind of thing. So right now you can post pictures up here, and we could do that for you. There's going to be a little charge to that. But posting videos, I'm not sure 100% what you mean.
I mean, if you go back to like 3 months ago, I harassed Corey about this every single episode.
It's true. Oh, so yeah, if you have a gratitude video, if you post a video on YouTube and you have a QR code, 100%, that's very very easy and simple to do. By the way, guys, for real, if you haven't yet, get your phone out, point it at this thing, and sign up for Legend. For real, it's like boop boop boop. Man, you could do it even from like pretty far away. Like even when it's small, it kind of works. Technology is fancy.
That's what she said.
Yes. Not
the technology is fancy part.
What's the fee for getting pictures posted? That's a really good question. So we're still playing around with this. I think larger pictures are going to cost more, and the main reason for that is going to be pollution, like sightline pollution. We want to make sure that the world is not just a giant, colossal, ugly collection of billboards. You know what I mean? Because you can put pictures up that are the size of this building, which is really big. So we'll just charge a little bit more as the pictures get bigger. So we're thinking about starting at 100 wax per install. So it'd be 200 wax for a picture and a QR code, and the picture could be up to 10 blocks big, which is like pretty big, right? Like that's like what, like this size, Jimmy, give or take, maybe a little bit bigger.
10 blocks, maybe, around that size, maybe, yeah.
Like, let's check it on this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so this is 10, right? Give or take. Yeah. So the outside border is 10. So that's again, like this is me standing next to it. It's pretty fucking big. Really awesome, actually, right there. Anyway, so and again, because one of our mods or someone who works for us is going to have to install it, right? So we're paying for their time, and 50% of whatever we charge for that stuff is always going to go right back to the rewards pool, which is really important to us. It's kind of where we're at on that. So yeah, 100 wax per install to start, right? You can do bigger ones, so it'll cost more. And 50% is going to go to the rewards pool and just keep that sucker growing all the time, which I think would be really cool. So yeah.
So we've got we had a few questions today in the Telegram group, so I just want to address that while people are still trickling in.
Okay.
So here's the thing, right? Like we have ideas, and Corey made a really good post about this, and we were talking about it earlier as well in the chat with some people, right? Like we have ideas of some things, but like again, this is like an alpha product, right? So you guys are coming in and you're playing around and you're giving us the data that we need to fix it, right? Because like why release something according to a plan that we had if it's not optimal, right? And so like some of these questions that like new people are coming in and asking, we're kind of basically giving you like really short, like to the point answers. And the reason is like things might change, right? Like if you hear me and Corey say something on this show and like it might not be that's the case, right? Something might come up that like pops us down the line. Like for the longest time, we were on one giant server and we were hyping the fact that this server is the size of, I always mess this up, but it might be Saturn, it might be I don't know, Jupiter or whatever.
It was close. No, it was one of the gas giants, one of the smaller gas giants, but still they're very big.
But it didn't work, right? So we ended up having to port to a bunch of different worlds with a bunch of different sectors, and that actually worked out better because now we've got different sectors with different rules. Different people can be creative, and you can have different game experiences all within the same uplift type of thing, right? So these things might change. So when it comes to rewards, like I think we're in testing phases. We're thinking about like what's going to happen. We're trying to put it out there as fast as possible, but like we don't actually know. So if anyone goes in there and tells you, oh hey, you're going to make like you're going to get like a microtransaction into your account every second that you're in the game. Well, that's probably not true. I'm just going to say, like, we don't know yet. We kind of know, but like, we're not releasing anything to the public. So just pay attention what's happening in the Telegram channel, and always, refer to the official site. And we're trying to get the official site up to date as well. We're trying to put some blogs out there so that, like, you guys can know what's going on. Because we're starting to bring people in. We've got people in there in the game now, in London, that are building out some really cool stuff on the rails. Like the survival world is kicking it.
Can I make a request? This is gonna sound weird.
Yeah.
Can we stop calling it a game?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's not.
Yeah, fair enough.
There will be games within it. There are areas that are gamified within it. But it's not a game.
Actually, it's funny because I never write game. I always write metaverse.
I know. It's funny, like, because again, I've like, and people think different. Man, never mind. Look at this.
No. I get it, right? Like it's
sunset.
totally,
It's just like, wow.
It's a good request.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dumbfounded.
Well, I'm going to break the rule about talking in the sunset because I just can't get this sunset out of my mind with Nick standing there somewhere singing A Whole New World.
Damn you. I'm never going to be able to get that out of my head now. Oh, no. All right. So, a whole new world. All right. So Legend.Art. Let's get into it. Yeah, I think metaverse is the way. Metaverse is the way.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
Within a metaverse, you have games, you have all sorts of businesses, you have everything, right? So mBlu 9 months ago, which I think is critical. And maybe Jimmy, you were here before me, so you might be able to touch on this. But he was saying that they basically started building Legend.Art before because they saw what was going to happen with the NFT space and the fact that all the crypto people were going to be doing crypto art, and that's really fun. But that every artist on the planet, every major artist, music artist, visual artist, painter, we're going to want exposure to the NFT market in a meaningful way to them, right? And so he's like, well, what if we build the mothership of all high-end art specifically for them, get the best brand people in the world, get the best designers in the world, get the best web design designers in the world. Just like when mBlu starts thinking big, buckle the fuck up because he thinks max big, right? Like I used to think that I thought big, and hanging out with mBlu, I'm like, whoa, right? Like it's crazy. So yeah, he just decided he was gonna make this happen, and then did, right? And so they actually started designing the whole aesthetic around what would our favorite and arguably the highest grossing fine artist in the world, what would he need as a platform to come in and just be like completely wowed, completely blown out of the water, and just could not hope but to come on board, right? And that guy's name was James Jean. And so they built, designed it out, and again, got a super powerhouse marketing team, visual artists from Pixar, just some people that are just utterly amazing, caliber people, right? So they made this thing, and they start talking to some people. They end up meeting a guy who actually knows James Jean, and James Jean sat down with the meeting for them and became the first artist to sign on to the thing that they designed for him, and that's just how I feel like mBlu just kind of walks into situations like that all the time. It's like, hey, let's design this, thinking about Ed Sheeran, for example. I shit you not, Ed Sheeran's gonna do an NFT drop with us someday. You know what I mean? Because that's just how mBlu thinks. And so it's kind of amazing. And so you set that level of intention, make this thing that's designed specifically for the top artists on the face of the earth, and then make it. Now, because of the target audience being high-end collectors, and they want to actually provide exposure, so people like me can actually afford to get in on these drops as well. They wanted to make sure they could do wax payment rails, and also credit card rails so that you could just pay with credit card if you want to. And then they added one more, and that's Coinbase rails. Now, Coinbase has its own like marketplace API so that you can, as a company, you can plug into it, and then you can say, hey, do you want to play with Coinbase in the way that you would pay with PayPal, right? And then you can use whatever you want to use in whatever you have in Coinbase. Presumably, I haven't actually seen it yet, but I think that's how it works. And then you can use that to pay. So they're doing their alpha launch. Alpha. I feel like I say that word a lot, but we're very new, so it makes sense. They're doing their alpha release only to uplifters, right? To a small community of uplifters. Well, I guess our community is kind of growing pretty big right now, but like we're plucky, as it were. But it's just for us, and we're gonna be able to go in there, kick the tires, take notes, try and break the thing. Like this is kind of their demo day, right? We're gonna be the first ones through the door, and we're gonna be testing to see which parts work and which parts don't. And that's going to give them an immense amount of data so that they can iterate quickly and move forward, right?
Yeah, and I'm assuming that like obviously I love what we're doing in the uplift world, but I'm assuming that a lot of what they're doing is going to be like a fast alpha because they've had so much time. They've had so much time with Uplift.Art, which is they're like also a parent company of Uplift.Art, right? To test all these ideas out, to like get the ideas around the NFTs, how the music will work, how putting things together, experiences with you. So like this isn't going to be like your normal alpha. It's going to be like if shit doesn't break, it's probably going to go pretty quick to the public. But I like how it's been hush hush and. I think it's cool. And a funny thing about Ed Sheeran as well, because I thought this was funny. The first time that mBlu actually, the first couple times that mBlu actually explained it to me, he was like, what would it be like if we got like Coldplay in there, like, cause he thinks big. He's like Coldplay, and he kept saying Coldplay, and I was just like, I joked with him one day. I'm like, you're really telling your age on this Coldplay thing. And then he started saying Ed Sheeran, and then Ed Sheeran actually was, became the guy. So I just think that's really funny that he like poured it over, and I think that's
just updates on the fly. It's just what he does. So we knew, like mBlu and I knew we were gonna partner up on the Uplift. He actually came up with the name of calling it the Uplift, and he was like, I know, like we're working on Uplift.Art together. Like, is it too weird to call it the Uplift? I'm like, it's weird. There's a lot of brand interplay or whatever, but at the end of the day, we're like, it's just too good. It encapsulates everything that we wanted to instill in it, calling it the Uplift or whatever. Right? So we knew we were gonna work on that, and he introduced me to Rockwell, who's the CEO of Legend. Who again was the VP of Apple and he's just a giant, he's the high muckety muck business smarty pants is what I call him. He super loves that. I think he actually does love that because he's also a very cool human being.
Yeah.
But like where mBlu and I, and mBlu would probably agree with this. I think he said the same. Like we really are kind of the visionaries, right? We're sort of like, hey, let's imagine something completely ridiculous and then make it real, right? Just that level of stuff, but we need high muckety muck business smarty pants to come behind us and be like, okay, well, this is how HR works, this is how financial engineering works, and right. And so he's Rockwell is building that team for Legend, and it is epic. Our CFO for Legend is a guy who ran $1 billion hedge fund. He just works for us now. He just hangs out. Right. He's also very, very cool. And again, I don't even ever remember all the name drops, but one of the best visual designers in the world, like Brent. I wish I could remember his last name. So you can go find his stuff on Instagram. It doesn't even it looks fake. It's so good. It's amazing. Again, talent recruiter from Netflix. We're actually going to be this weekend launching art from Ty Carter, who actually works with us as well. As part of this alpha drop. And and the guy who I think 10x the amount of or more the number of people running through the Disney website and redesigned the UX for that and right. Like we've got an amazing team for the Uplift. Legend has like a multi-million-dollar team, and they're letting us through the doors first. And all you got to do is point your phone at that thing over there. Go to Lgnd.Art, which is where that thing goes. You can do either or, and make sure your email address is on there. And they're going to send us out an email, and we're going to get to go in there on was it the 18th? Is it Sunday?
I think so. Yeah, I think it opens up on the 18th.
Yeah. So yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. It's just the 18th. We're going to do it.
I was gonna say a couple interesting things here, right? Like, yeah, we have a multi-billion-dollar team, but at the same time, like a lot of these people believe in the cause so much that they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna do this and like we're gonna make it happen. So they put like they've left, like some of them have left real world jobs to come and build this out before it was a company, right? And now it's a company that's got like all this weight behind it. And the second thing is like people keep asking. It's funny because it's we can't really talk about things on the show, like because we weren't allowed until like, you know, kind of now, a lot of things, despite the hints that we gave out and stuff like that. But like people are asking the question, like, you know, when is the world gonna, when are Ethereum users, when is the world gonna know about Wax? When like the Ethereum users knowing about Wax, in my mind, is irrelevant to this, because what Legend is building out for the onboarding is going to bring the world into Wax. Like,
exactly.
Like seriously, onboarding. EOS needs to get their shit in order, or Wax is going to bury them in a second because of Legend. I think like I'm just no, like I'm just going to say it, like, right, like
no, I think you're right.
EOS is doing good stuff, and like there's a comment in the thing, right? Like, yeah, this is the thing, right? Like the sorry. I feel like Dave Matthews would be a good fit for this since he's super into charities. Dude, like this has been the vision for a long time. And you know, the original idea was to build this platform where charities could be onboarded. And then mBlu, the genius that he is, came up with this idea. Well, what if we could, you know, onboard people? Because like, let's face it, people don't want to work for charities because they don't get money, but people want to give to charities. So what if we could onboard people and create this win-win-win situation with uplift.art, which kind of bridged into Legend.art, which became this whole thing where there's actual potentially possible, like people are going to be knocking down our doors to be able to put out, or Legend's doors to be able to put out NFTs. Like,
right? They already are, right? They already are. And again, like this is not, and we've talked about this because, like, you know, we were like, hey, you know, could we like launch our like digital vinyl single on? We should play that again because I just love it. Could we launch that on Legend? And mBlu is like, you're not big enough. And I'm like, you're right. He's right? Because like it, like this is like and we've heard a lot of people say this, and they're right? Like a huge part of the NFT space now is going to be curation, right? Like having, you know, different places that are tailored to different audiences, that kind of thing, right? Like whitelisting and, you know, that kind of thing. And Legend really is for, like, you know, if you're selling multi-million-dollar pieces of art, that's where you belong. For like, I have not done that yet, right? It was right, so it makes sense. And like we're also going to be building the farm team though, right? Like uplift.art, I think is going to become the place where, you know, we just get to play and do collabs with like Nasty Hooks and you know, I can't remember who you know, maybe it was somebody was saying they wanted to write some lyrics. Fucking do it. Like I seriously, like I have sketches from Yoshi right now. Like he's sending me beats. He's like, make some music with this. I'm like, okay, cool. And it's like all like 80s music shit. It's hilarious. Like I would never think to do this in a million years, and I'm just gonna try it. Like fuck it, it's gonna be weird. So keep in mind, like literally these pieces of music are like kind of the lo-fi, you know, techno vibe that the Uplift is kind of rocking sometimes.
Well, and I think it's interesting that you say that, because mBlu said that on the stream, like on our roundtable last night. He said, like, I want to launch my music on Legend, but I can't. I'm not big enough. And I'm like,
you're right, exactly. Yeah, it's just like it's hyper exclusive, and will remain so, right? It will remain so, and you know that's one of the reasons why, you know, we have major record labels who want to be part of the Legend ecosystem, to the point where, you know, Legend music will probably drop this year, right? Like it's going to be massive. And yeah, this is going to eclipse the entire market cap of Ethereum. Never mind Ethereum crypto artists, right? Well, like this is going to be billions of dollars. Like the entire entertainment industry is going to be, and I know there's other record labels, for example, that we haven't talked to that are talking to somebody else. Fine. Right, as well they should, right? And I think it's like Blockchain Heroes is talking to some people like that too. The entire music industry is going to get into NFTs. Like it has to happen. The entire high art industry needs to get into NFTs, and of course we're going to be facilitating that, right? And so we're gonna see just like billions, bucket loads, tanker freaking ships of money coming into the space. It's like, because it's the new, especially for music, is how I think about it the most. It's like like that digital vinyl thing that mBlu came up with is so clutch. Yeah, it's like yeah, not you guys probably won't remember because most of you are too young, but like the vinyl era in music was like it was the high point for artists and music labels and internet, right? Because when you bought a vinyl, you had that sense of ownership, right? Like you would walk into the music store and it was like a tactile experience, right? It was like a thing of art that people took really, really seriously. And in the digital age, when like Spotify is just like throwing MP3s out for free and right, like it's just a different thing, right? And it's been great for consumers. It's been pretty shitty for artists, right? And a lot of artists have figured out how to make that stuff work, but they're basically skimping by because like I'll buy MP3s from an artist, that kind of thing. But it's I'm just supporting them. What if Jimmy releases a song and he's a new artist? By the way, we should totally do a collab where you just sing like as terribly as you can. I think that'd be really fun. But like now, when you buy art from an artist, you're buying an instant collectible, right? You're buying a piece of history of that artist that will potentially accrue. I think it was Ocular Delusion on the show yesterday was saying that she bought a bunch from a visual artist before they blew up, and suddenly she was in a position where she was actually going to make money on this stuff, right? And so times that by every artist on every record label and every foreign artist on the face of the earth. Like that's coming, and that's coming like within the next 2 to 5 years, right? Everybody's getting on the bandwagon now, and there's a lot of experimentation, yada yada yada. And Legend.Art is going to be at the dead center of that because they started building it 9 months ago.
And for all of you out there that are saying, okay, why is this going to happen? It's not going to happen because it's blockchain. Blockchain's confusing. No, Legend.Art, like when it comes out, you'll see they've solved this problem as far as I know, right? Yep. Like this is a problem that's solved, and I don't think I'm wrong here, but like you don't actually even necessarily need to interact with crypto if you don't want to. Like there's
ever, yeah. Well, and again, like this is where it's going to get interesting because like the NFTs are going to be on the Wax blockchain, which is extremely important to understand, right? Because all of Legend's NFTs, at least in the beginning, I think we'll go multi-chain at some point, but like in the beginning, they're all going to be on the Wax blockchain, right?
Right.
And I think, at least in the near term, if you're on the Legend platform, and guys, I haven't seen it either, right? So like I'm going to be going in along with everyone else just to be like, what does this look like? What does this feel like? Right? It'll be really fun. Yeah. Like, will you be selling for USD or will you be selling for Wax? Is an interesting question that I have, right? Like I'm kind of hoping the selling rails are just run on Wax or Coinbase or whatever, but like from a business perspective, we just want to make sure that the end user experience and the artist experience is like an 11 out of 10 at all times, right? And so like having the ability to take all the lessons that Atomic Hub has learned and get all that stuff done. Oh shit, Roar is here. Can I totally just like derail everything we're doing and show you guys what Roar built?
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be a normal show if we didn't do it.
If we didn't derail it all the time.
That's kind of funny.
And by all means, and guys, ask questions, comment about what are you guys thinking about Legend.Art so far? Let us know. In the meantime, Roar, who just popped in here, Yoshi and I did the music on this. Yoshi, who we had on the show a little while ago. Yoshi, who is connected to Atlantic Records. No big deal. And he's like, again, follow Yoshi on Twitter. He is the ultimate connector. And I can't tell you everyone he's introduced us to, but you wouldn't fucking believe me at all if I did. And like, that's not Corey Hypium. That's fucking real. Yoshi's amazing. And just like he exudes goodness in a way that is really, really fun. Anyways, follow Yoshi. Yoshi and I made the music. He made the bed tracks and I just recorded a bunch of weird shit on top of it. And then he turned it into this like epic song, right? And then mBlu gets his hands on it and says, okay, well, I'm going to make like a bunch of really cool art for it. And that's, all the blue and the tide. And, when we release this as an NFT, the actual video of it, the tide is actually rising. There's like a dancing ballerina. There's like a weird dancing dude that he says is not him, but I think it is him. And the sun rises like a bunch of times through the video, which is really, really awesome. And of course, Roar gets his hands on that art and turns it into this digital vinyl. Holy shit. Just watch this. I'm just gonna shut up. You should just watch this video right now. Please hold.
The silence when the sun comes up.
Oh yeah.
Where we go on, we go on. 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 Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go on. Together we cannot fall. It's a silence when the sun comes up. Family we are building. Community and the tribe. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go on. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go on. Together we cannot fall. Silence for the sun. This is power. Silence when the sun comes. This is power. Family, we are building. The community and the tribe. We sing the power. We are the tide. We are the tide. We are the tide. The tide is rising. It's rising. It's rising. It's rising. It's rising. Oh, together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go on.
The vinyl. I know I mentioned that every single time, and I'm probably not going to stop. Like the vinyl scratching at the beginning and the end. It's just like, it's just really good. You're still muted. So take it. Has the fee structure been determined for the platform yet, or still in discussions? That is a really good question, and I don't know the answer to it. So yeah. One thing, mBlu was actually going to be with us this morning, but he ended up having to be in emergency dev meetings because they're still getting a bunch of cool things built on the Legend side. Of course, we totally understand that. I sure as hell do. So you wanted us to mention this is going to be alpha number 1. There's actually going to be a couple. So we're going to have alpha number 1 this weekend. A little more white noise. Yeah, right? Like maybe more scratching situation. So yeah, this is alpha 1. And we're going to do another one, I think in a couple of weeks. We'll do another alpha 2. So basically we're putting them into like a fast iterating kind of mode, right? So we need as many eyeballs as we possibly can get on it this weekend. So thank you guys very much for doing that. And again, we're going to have some art from Ty Carter that we're going to be able to pick up, which I'm super excited about.
So probably the full scale relaunch, according to mBlu, the full scale relaunch. The full scale launch will be sometime mid Mayish, right? So there'll be 2 alphas before that, and then probably the hope is that they can go full
live, mid May, which I think is awesome. I'm really excited about again. As far as like, will you be able to use these NFTs, in other places or what have you? Again, like I think Legend is going to be its own platform. You're gonna like buy, sell, trade. You'll have your collection there. That the whole thing is supposed to be in there. At the end of the day, we'll find out if it's there this weekend. I don't even know. So you'll be able to do all that stuff that you would ordinarily do on Atomic on Legend. But these NFTs are going to be minted on the Wax blockchain, so presumably that'll mean that you'll be able to mess around with them on Atomic. You'll be able to mess around with them on NFT Hive, which is amazing. Bitcoin Blues brother, like shout out, hardcore. You're so right, Roar. You're a magician like that. Even like what gets me every time, Jimmy, like when it turns, you have the burnish on the side. It's just like, is this real life? Like, what is? You just want to like touch the screen?
and so like if you go over to uplift.art, if you go over the uplift.art, and you go on the blog, the first digital vinyl that was released, there's the backstory on like the meaning behind it, right? And what these things mean and why they're important. And definitely go check it out and read it, because like it's cool to look at. But if you can think of the backstory of what mBlu was trying to portray, and what Corey was saying earlier about like that vinyl that you could touch and that you could have, like this is a really big thing. So go over to uplift.art and read the blog and check out the backstory on the first one that was released. This is the second one, but like I love it and I think it's really cool. And here's so actually I'm going to derail it because I want to say this to Roar as well, because Roar is awesome. But like this is kind of what I want to do actually, and I'm not going to do it. But Corey, at the beginning of the show, before the show started, we had a little meeting this morning, and my daughter was on the show, and Corey knows she's like, everyone says that their daughter's super cute, but like really my daughter's like extremely cute, right? And she's hilarious. And we were at the zoo last week, and she saw a lion, and she pointed at the lion and she said, "Roar!" And every time I see Roar do something amazing like this, I just always want to point and go, "Roar!" Like that needs to, I want my daughter's voice like on that NFT. Like that's going to be awesome. We're going to do that. A 1-year-old going, "Roar!"
Roar! That's funny. This is like maybe like roar. Sorry.
Yeah, that'll be good. What was that? That was interesting.
This is going to end up being a Shipple Movies NFT. Somebody made this, and it's just like, you guys are adorable.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
It was funny. They were talking about your spaceman today, and I couldn't resist. I had to tell the story, and I thought like that's like the first spaceman, and I remember I used to use that NFT all the time, and I sent it to you, and I had stopped using it after you made it your profile picture, and here's why. And I relayed this, and I think this is just kind of interesting. Maybe I'm just a nerd, but I said, here's the thing, right? Like, don't credit me because I would have never used it as like a profile picture. Like that was all Corey. Think of it this way, right? Like Bob Dylan wrote All Along the Watchtower, but Jimi Hendrix owned it. Right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, right. Like that's like not even a question. That's like Hallelujah, right? Like I can't remember the poet guy who should never sing at all. He's terrible, but writes good songs. Wrote the song Hallelujah. Jeff Buckley took that song and threw it into the sun. Like that, the way he did that song is how I learned it as a cover, and that got me my wife, who is way the fuck out of my league, right? Like that song's fault. Yeah. So I love when that happens. And the Jimi Hendrix thing is such a great example of that. Well, and Dave Matthews actually did a version of that song too that affected the way that I cover it.
Dave Matthews, All Along the Watchtower. Live version was awesome. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the live version. Yeah.
The Red Rocks, right? That was a brilliant cover as well.
Hardcore.
But here's the thing, right? Like I was thinking about it, right? Like there's a lot of NFTs across the space. Because like my mind does weird things and it gets stuck on, like my mind is like a scratch record. It gets stuck on something and then I see that in everything until like it jumps to the next, scratch. And like,
that's why the gratitude practice is most important. That is the reticular activation system, and you have a strong one, which makes sense. Got to deepen that groove. Go on.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this, right? And that's the thing, right? Like lots of people are making NFTs. And I think what's really brilliant about Legend.Art, right, is like everyone knows we love Atomic Hub on the show, right? Like what Jonah and the Atomic Hub guys have done is great, right?
But they're integral to the entire ecosystem right now. Like without them, like they bootstrapped everybody.
Yeah, and so, but the thing is like they do a pretty good job, having verified collections and things like this, right?
Yep.
And they're onboarding all the things with tops. They're doing a great job as well. But there needs to be something exclusive in this space, and there isn't, and that's what Legend will be, right? Like Legend will take like things like digital vinyl. Legend will take things like amazing artwork, and it will meld it together with these artists. And like these artists' songs are going to be great. You're going to be able to go see them live. They're going to be awesome. You're going to be able to, download their MP3s and do all of these things. But what Legend is going to do for these artists with the mix of the NFT space, they're going to own it, right? Like they're going to be the Jimi Hendrix of these songs, of the new MTV, the new music movement, right? They're going to be like a collective paradise and an exclusive one at that.
Right? And while I'm excited about Legend.Art, just because it's going to be, especially like we get to be collectors in this space. Like imagine collecting a Banksy when he first started releasing NFTs, right? Like it's not quite at that level because like fucking Banksy, like holy shit. But we've got not just James Jean, we got 30 of the top artists in the world that are going to be launching on this platform, right? And that's the fine arts, right? And that's before we get into into the music. And there's a massive plan for getting some of the biggest musicians in the world to be releasing NFT collections with us, and that's great. And I'm excited about that, right? I think in the same way that like NBA Top Shots was interesting, this is going to be that times every awesome music artist on the face of the earth, right? It's going to be a little bit of a big deal. Now, I am actually more excited personally, selfishly, for the farm team side of that.
Yeah, I am too.
Because that's where you sort of you always sort of like. And granted, like I'm as a collector now, which I never thought I would be, but I totally am. Like I'm excited to be a collector for sure. Yeah. So this Techie just said, "Can I be a beta tester for the platform?" Yes. Put your email address in. Join us on Sunday. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right. And we're not even calling it beta. We're calling it alpha because like we're both of our dev teams are like, let's build the thing, let's jump out of the airplane and build the thing and hopefully have it built before we hit the ground this time.
Point it's Point breaking it, right? The final scene on Point Break where he's just like, damn it, I gotta get him. I mean, I guess if I don't catch him before I hit the ground, then I don't have a parachute.
That's exactly it. Yeah, everything is Point Break.
but actually Shipples, I'm going to contract you for my NFTs because I can't do them near as good as you, but there definitely needs to be a Point Break NFT.
That's right. Exactly. We're gonna get fired off Atomic Hub for sure. But everybody who's signing up with their email address on Lgnd.Art, Legend.Art right now is a beta tester. Like that's what we need you for, the alpha release. And again, like we're going in to buy stuff now. It should be noted, everyone's like, oh, I'm stacking wax for this. Don't stack wax for this. We're not taking wax for this. Now, why is that? It's a valid question. We know that we can do payment rails in wax. We're very good at that. Everyone is very good at that. That is a simple thing. It's going to be super easy. We want to test the things that will be hard. Credit card payments for NFTs, right? That's what we're doing. Coinbase payments for NFTs. So those are going to be the two options, right? Credit card and Coinbase. For this weekend, and down the road when we launch officially. Sorry, Jimmy. When we launch officially, wax is obviously going to be available. Just want to throw that out there too, so people are not confused about that.
And on the back of that as well, this is not just some basement project. A bunch of guys that threw it together. Like I mean, uplift.art kind of started like that, but it's become huge, and we love it for it. But this is like. These guys have dotted their I's and their T's and created a whole new freaking alphabet around a stellar legal team and checked everything out. Like they know what's going on with their connections and stuff like that. So that's I know a lot of projects say oh, we're gonna do this with fiat or we're gonna put credit card blockchain stuff. But I can say it on authority that these guys aren't gonna do anything that's gonna put this into jeopardy because this is that important to them, right? So. There's the testing phase, but at the same time, this is what blockchain coming to the world in a compliant manner for the masses to ingest it looks like, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like this is I've always been super fascinated with like how do you onboard all the no coiners, because you know that's really, you know, anybody that wants to affect the price or, you know, wants to see number go up, yada yada yada, right? It's easier to go after the 99% than 1% of the 1%, right? Like let's just go get everybody and bring them into the future, right? And now we're not going to have to bring them into the future kicking and screaming. Everyone's going to be like, holy fuck, you got an engineering NFT and you were one of the first ones ever. Yep. Yeah. Or, you know, you're this band that's coming up. You got some of or artist that's coming up. You got their NFTs and then they blew up and you made $100,000, which is happening all the time now. It's crazy pants, right? So like that, I think, is where we're gonna see an absolute flood, for sure.
And I like, you know, I think once we go live, we'll have mBlu on again. And I think probably what we should do, because like he had a lot of really interesting things to say, but we had a big panel last night. But what we should do, you know, after this launch is we should just spin up a thing with mBlu. We should do gratitudes. And then you and I should just drop off the stream and come back 24 hours, because he'll still be talking about this, because he's put so much thought into this. He's like so clever. The way that like he's thought about how, you know, the legacy system can benefit from the blockchain universe. Like this is a really deep thought, authentic thought process, right? And like it's pretty much just about crazy enough to work. That's like I don't know if I butchered that like reference, right? But that's the thing, right? Like he's so out of the box on this that I don't think anyone has ever like thought about it. And like you said, mBlu is best when he's out of the box, right? Like,
oh yeah,
like
he doesn't even see the box. He's like, he lives in a universe that forgot boxes. Somebody was saying like the how much, you know, should you you know, stack or whatever. The truth is I don't know what the prices are going to be. I know that, you know, there's going to be like higher end rare stuff, and there's going to be stuff like that I'm going to buy that's going to be more in the sort of everyman and woman price, that kind of thing. I just asked them, you know, about the debit Visa versus Visa, that whole question. Every major all major credit cards are going to be accepted. So, like, to me, that means it should work, I think, right? Like, and, you know, if you can use a credit card somewhere, then, you know, you should be able to use it, because it's not for crypto. This is for an NFT, right? So, like, and I'm trying to infer what the what we're really asking, right? Like, there's some things that like you're using a debit Visa and it doesn't work for whatever reason. If you can buy an ice cream cone with it, you can buy this NFT with it. That's
And I mean, it's not really, if you think about it, it's an NFT, right? You're right. Like, it's not any different than logging on to Amazon.com and ordering a DVD or a CD to your house, right? I mean, it's not like you're purchasing wax. And I actually like this because I don't really want to spend my wax. Like, I'd much rather just go on and buy a piece of art with fiat like that. You know, like, that's like, if that's a possibility for me, that's what I'm going to do every single time, right? Like, I mean, what's the old adage? You know, you spend the money that doesn't hold its value, right? Like again, I'm butchering these references, but I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments is going to say me that's usually how these things work. But and I'm just a little distracted because somehow my green shirt's blending into the background and it's freaking me out. But like yeah, right. Like the thing that it's exciting for me, I think, is that like it's potentially possible that in 1 year, people are using this platform and they don't even know that it's like on the blockchain. I mean, like the artists are going to know. The artists are going to get better deals and better royalty rights, I'm assuming. Again, I'm kind of speculating here as well. But like the thing is like that's the be all and the end all of what crypto should be, right? Crypto should be using crypto for its benefits without the hassle and not even know that you're using crypto. And I think this is what Legend is going to show the world how to do in a way. Again, Corey and I don't know. We haven't seen it. This is what the alpha 1 and 2 things are for. But like, yeah, I'm really excited about the home team artist side of things, but I'm just super excited.
Well,
about, about how this works
how
technically as well.
Exactly, it's how it connects. So I just got the prices back, and like I freaked out a little bit because he told me how many there are, and there aren't any. They basically want to hit they're so adorable. They want us to hit their website as hard as we can for 30 minutes. This is going to be for like 5 seconds is how long this sale is going to last. So check this out. This is real. And I asked them if there's any way we could increase these. They're like, no. We just need this as a test. This is like, Corey, shut the fuck up. It's like, they're going to do another one in a couple weeks. So like we can do this or whatever, but check this out. So there's going to be 199 limited edition for $1. Or is that $1 or $12?
$12.
No, because it is $1. Sorry, that's
your message.
Just the way that it copied. Yeah.
Okay. Number 2. I do want me to delete.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. If we can delete this comment, that'll be good because it pasted the wrong way. So
I don't know if we can.
Okay, that's fine. Ignore that comment. Don't look at that comment. That comment is stupid. So stupid comment. So there's 199 limited edition pieces for $1. Right? Like, I want that. I asked him immediately, like, can you make this at least 1,000? Like, what are we doing here? Like, and he's like, they seriously just want to see what happens when we go in and spank their system,
right?
For what's going to be 2 minutes. Because listen to this. So there's an open edition for 199 with a buy window of 21 minutes only. And then supply cap forever. Oh, okay, cool. So $200. And it's only going to last for 21 minutes. Okay, I actually didn't read that one appropriately when I was freaking out about this. It's good. So a couple $100 will get you, one of these things, and then that supply is going to get capped forever after 21 minutes. That's awesome. And then a limited edition of 21 for $999. I think I'm probably going to try and pick up one of those too. Fucking shit. So no, that makes sense. Hold on, I'm messaging mBlu right now that this makes sense.
I mean, 21 million Bitcoin. It works. It's let's smash the server. I mean,
I think this is good. And again, like these are going to be high end pieces anyway, right? So like I think I'm probably going to pick up a couple of the number 2s for a couple $100, and then maybe don't tell Babs I'm going to pick up one of the like 21 if I can. Even those might go. Like I don't know, right? Like that's crazy. But yeah, so the one for $200, 199. It's got a buy window of 21 minutes only, and then the supply will be capped forever. So like that to me, that's what everyone's gonna ping. And it's cool that they're doing like the $1 199. Like what happens when like 200 people hit the server at exactly the same time to try and get exactly the same thing. So again, we're gonna try and break this, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're gonna have to have.
That was my worry. Number 2 is okay. The rest are going to be gone in 0.2 milliseconds. That's true, right? And I think this is the alpha test, right? So they were trying to figure out, okay, how do we make sure that the system is going to get smashed right off the bat? And I would imagine like they're gonna run some tests and stuff, but they need us there to literally pile on and cause that problem to see how their system reacts. And like who knows? Like we got some dev guys that are real good. Like, Nathan Rempel, he's so smart that sometimes he scares me. Like I was like he starts talking some crazy shit. And like if anyone else said that at all, I'd be like, you're fucking stupid. Like that.
And I mean it doesn't help that he says it without a shirt on either.
Yeah, no, it's right. Like, yeah, exactly. It's like, exactly. Not only is he super smart, but he's also like kind of a hot dude who doesn't wear shirts all the time. Like, fuck you, Nathan Rempel. No, he's amazing. It's like when he starts talking about like quantum mechanics. Most people who talk about quantum mechanics have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Like, not even the tiniest bit of an understanding of what quantum mechanics actually are. And he talks about it in that same way, like, oh, we're gonna like open like quantum portals, blah blah blah. Like, he sounds like an idiot. But then like he sent me his entire deck of what he's talking about, and he's kind of not wrong. Like it's that's why it's scary. It's like that, I'm smart enough to kind of sort of understand really smart people, and that's just like that. He's on another fucking level, and he's like one of the lead devs. He's got a whole team doing that. So like we might try and spank this, and it might not even work. Like we might not be able to break it, which would be incredible.
You know what's hilarious is right now I'm pulling up that last article that he wrote because I think that it's really cool. That people should watch the Awakened Keys thing that he did. And I did, like, he wrote it, he put it out on Medium, right? So I just searched on on Google, Nathan Rempel Medium, and it's hilarious because, like, you know, a few cool pictures of Nathan Rempel popped up, but the funniest thing was, like, the fourth picture that popped up, if anyone out there watches this, the IT Crowd, which is a hilarious, like, British kind of like comedy about these two guys who, like, were tech guys who lived in the basement. There's a scene where, like, he's down in the basement and, like, the computer's on fire, and it's just so go search Nathan Rempel on Medium. I'm gonna put this here.
He's great.
So that you can find him and follow him. Like go follow him and figure out, you know, who this guy is, because he's worked on a ton of really cool projects. He's been involved in some of the projects that I'm involved in, like, usually, you know, around the same time that I come, he leaves, you know, because he's already designed everything that he can, like, to the next level, and then he's on to something else. And I can tell you, like, his aura in the space is really cool. Like,
he's got cred for days, for sure. So Nick Costa, so is this another marketplace for wax NFTs like OpenSea? I don't really know that much about OpenSea. I can tell you that it will be a marketplace for wax NFTs that will serve the highest end artists in the world, and they've already signed on. So that's a funny thing. We do. It's funny, like Techie saying such a funny show. Like I you know, obviously we want to be as entertaining as possible. I don't think I'm funny, but I love laughing about shit because, you know, we get to do this for work. What the shit? Like, that's funny. You know? So why not have fun doing it? So again, to go over the numbers that are accurate, as instead of that comment that we can't get rid of, there's going to be 199 limited edition pieces for $1. If you're lucky enough to get one of those, I'll buy it from you for $10. Right? Like, obviously, I'm a degenerate. That's going to happen. I'm getting confirmed. So the open edition for $199 with a buy window of 21 minutes only, and then supply cap forever. Trying to find out, you know, if we can buy multiples of those. I would imagine that we are. Like, that's one thing I would want to do, and I would have assumed it, but somebody asked the question. I think it's a smart question. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to find out. And limited edition of 21 for $999. I legitimately, I kind of want this as a piece of history. You know what I mean? Like that, you know, just because.
I mean, there's a very good chance that, like, if you have one of those, I'm gonna want it too if I don't get one.
Yeah, Nick said awesome. Wasn't sure if it was just a meta art gallery in the Uplift. Super excited. Yeah, so I like, this is the headquarters. You know, well, actually, let me go back to the game, because I think this is sort of something that is kind of important here. This is the headquarters for Legend.Art in the Uplift. You can see behind me twice on here. Get the game back up here. But here's what's going to happen. We've got 30 artists, 30 fine artists signed on already. We've got major record labels that, you know, we're finishing off the details of how we're going to manage our partnerships, right? And they will have, like, art installations, I would imagine, maybe some monuments, maybe some whatever, some different galleries. You know, like, I think we're going to have some things that we could put up here with QR codes, and you'll be directed to those things in this space, right? But if you see there's a tiny little rabbit. That's so fun. There's a door here. And what's going to happen is you're going to go into this door, and you're going to get teleported to the entire Legend map that is full of the Legend artists, as, you know, the community builders, as galleries, as a whole ecosystem. You're just going to get teleported there from here.
Yeah, so this monument is actually in the monument is actually in the old world, right? And why I like it,
Center City. Yep.
Why I like it is it's
damn it, I'll raise Corey's $10 to 11. Fuck, here we go.
It's monumental, obviously, but what's cool about it is, like, it's all its own, and that's the thing. Like, you're gonna be able to teleport to the Legend world Whereas, like, you know, when you teleport to other worlds, you do it from close to spawn, right? You walk down that hallway and you can, you know, teleport to other worlds. But like Legend's so big that they get a monument and a world.
Yeah. So
yeah.
quick response to Bradley. Nobody's getting a command block. We have done some research on what smart people with command blocks can do, and it is too much of a security risk. By far. Command blocks are really, really, really interesting in Minecraft. And you know, I was thinking actually too, we could create a specific small world where you know, we could maybe enable command blocks as a thing, right? Like a map, and just have it be like a hacker's free for all. I mean, that map would definitely just get pwned. And this is the thing, like we probably wouldn't be able to do rewards in that map as an example, because people could probably figure out how to fuck around with the rewards plugin. So, you know, we just can't have that. So anyway,
right.
But they're very cool if you want to learn about them in Minecraft. Like they're kind of fancy. Anyway, so yeah, that's going on this weekend, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm glad that you guys are too. And yeah. Tech Geek said, please tell me they have virtual office space. They don't yet, but I think that would be amazing, right? Like if we even if we had, because like I don't know if you guys have seen, we actually have virtual office space ourselves. So like maybe if you went this way, it would go to like their virtual office space or something. Actually, you know what? Let's go do some gratitudes, because I think we like every time I walk out of there, I'm like, this is just kind of amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a man of my word, and I kind of promised a really good friend that I would, you know, stay and do stuff for him for like a year. I'm kind of regretting that right now. I'm like, I want to be like, I want to go full uplift, man. That's where I'm at. So I'm happy to go and do a few more gratitudes.
Oh yeah, I guess I keep thinking it's like, I don't know what time it is at all. Do you have to go right now?
You know, I like actually Friday nights are really good for me, because I'm happy just to hang out and chill with you for whatever. But the reason I like Friday nights is because like Saturday I have a cool job where I work with people from over 50 countries actually. And it's my one like kind of English day. I basically teach kids how to use technology, and it's kind of fun. It's a special program only on Saturdays, and reading, writing, technology. It's just super cool. So I don't really feel like it's work, and I can hang out here and not be stressed out about going to work tomorrow, because I just get to play here and then I get to play there, and that's maybe what life needs to be about. That's interesting with those new shaders, or is that's the one you built yesterday, right?
Yeah, well, I just have been working on it. Yeah, I resource pack, it makes the nature stuff look so good. I hate the way it makes my sea lanterns look. In fact, I'm gonna show you guys the difference. So this is like just and we're gonna actually, I think for the game, we're gonna have our own like automatic resource pack, so that there's gonna be a little bit of consistency. But yeah.
I'm like, it's funny because I was having this conversation with
I mean, that just looks better.
Yeah, it does. You're right. Yeah,
the glass looks better in this one than in the other one.
Yeah, it looks like a, what do you call it? Like a modern like steel building that is kind of out of place with all the nature, I think.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, this looks way better on the building side. I'm kind of, so just so that everyone knows, this does happen to people on the team. I'm kind of locked out of Minecraft right now because like something happened and I got locked out, and we're waiting on a fix for that. So like, if you guys are complaining that like, oh man, I've been locked out of the game for like 10 minutes and I can't get in, I don't think people are complaining, but I'm just saying like I've been locked out for like a day. Yeah, and I'm like jonesing.
That's so good.
Let me in. That's like I don't know that much about Minecraft. I'm a newbie, and I'm just hoping that when I get back in 2 days, all my cows and chickens that I worked so hard to go and lure to my Landum rail plot.
Yeah. So yeah,
dead.
because you're scaring people now. So yeah, I'm sure Jimmy fucked something up registering his thing. I'm just gonna play you. So he's like his username, in that's attached to his account, Wax account, and what was in the game weren't matching for some reason. So we just need to fix that.
Or maybe, yeah, and I mean, yeah, I'm not scaring people. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying actually the point isn't that I'm locked out. The point is that I probably just need to reset my cache or something stupid like that, right?
Oh, but maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, we'll figure it out. So Nick Costa, is there a deadline to stake your Our Planet land okay, stake is the wrong word here. So that Our Planet thing, you're going to be able to upgrade your Our Planet land NFTs that you just got in with Aether and turn it into Uplift land, right?
Okay. You know what I love about this is you could read it another way. Is there a deadline to stake your Our Planet land with the all-time high?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. That's a much more interesting question. I mean, who knows what the all-time high is gonna be?
I don't know.
So yeah, I don't believe there is going to be a deadline for that. If you want to save up, a couple of months from now and grab one, then I don't think there's any need for a deadline for the upgrade. And I think those upgrades are going to be going on for months because they're going to be doing another land sale, I think, in a couple of weeks for Our Planet, and then a few months from now. And we've got worlds planned for all three of them. So that upgrade contract is going to be around for the foreseeable future. I wouldn't worry too much about that. So if you want to make sure that your Our Planet mine is getting that 5 million wax for you, I think you'll have way more than enough time to do it. Jimmy, what are you grateful for right now? Because we're back at our place.
I'm grateful to have a friend like you, Corey. I'm grateful to have a friend like Corey. Honestly, can you remember that while I do my little, post thing? Because here's the thing: I met Corey kind of through mBlu, because he was collaborating with mBlu on the music thing, and then I was doing some stuff with the mBlu on the uplift.art thing, and it just he was like, hey, you want to come on the channel that he was doing at the time, and let's do an interview, and we did it 1 week, and then at the end of that interview, he said, hey, we should do this on a weekly basis. And then I was like, yeah, okay, let's do it on a weekly basis. So we did that for a while. And then he said, hey, do you want to do this 5 days a week? And I'm like,
He's like, are you fucking crazy?
I'm like, well, why don't we just go slow and we move in, we'll add another show this week. And if it goes well, we'll add another one. And he's like, man, I really love you, but here's the thing. Either we go all in 5 days a week or we don't do it at all. We just do one show a week, right? And I thought about it and I'm like, yeah, all right, screw it. Let's do 5 days a week. And it was probably the best decision that anyone else has ever made for me in potentially in my life, to be honest.
It has gone quite well. And the whole rationale to that was this is crypto summer, right? Every hour that we spend now is worth 10 next year or whenever crypto winter happens, and inevitably again. So when the way's clear, step on the gas, right? And so we did, and I mean, I definitely don't regret it.
We're meeting some awesome people. I mean, we did the Dackathon. That was awesome. We met more awesome people, right? Lisa and the Crown people helped us out. And, we're having awesome shows, and the show, turned into a network. And the network, got more people like Uplift Greg and some other people who are doing shows, like Raul is doing one now, I think. You're doing one with Rick Courier. It's just expanding like crazy. Brad the Builder's on, I think later today, you guys are doing one. Yep. And I just really like the fact that what we created has all of these people excited. And I'm thinking about doing a show. Probably we're going to kick the show off next week with Sean from Crypto Writer. Just me and him are going to hang out and talk about the overlap and what's going on with these projects and NFTs. Like I have a feeling that like at some point, this network might be streaming, Truman style 24 hours a day.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Seriously, if anybody has any show ideas about the Uplift, and you've always kind of wanted to try your hand at it, and no bullshit, come do a show on our channel. Yeah. And if we like it, it might end up being a thing that just happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's like kind of how Raul got his start as well. Like Raul came on and he interviewed you. There was a great
he just
interview.
wanted to do like an interview to do like a little like just do our interview stuff. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it live because it's sort of my response to everything.
Yeah, and then he interviewed me. I think he's got an interview planned with Jen. If you don't know who Jen is, she's known as the Banksy of the Uplift. And yeah, she's doing a lot of the mural work and stuff like that. If you don't know who she is, you'll find out about her because she's one of those. She's a what do you call it? Because I don't know baseball. She's fourth in the batting order of the farm team. Let's put it that way.
That's well said. I don't understand sports ball either, but that made sense to me. And actually, Jimmy, I don't know if we talked about this yet. I think we're hiring her on full time to do building, but nice. I think she's gonna be the first full time picture installer. Because obviously there's a huge demand for that, right? I mean, and so that's huge. And I actually want to get her booted up like early this week because we need to get images out to people like as quickly as possible. Such a huge test case for us, and so like most people will be getting like an image and a QR code just to get out to your NFT collection or whatever, right?
So I had an interesting conversation with my mom and dad today. My mom and dad, they're lovely people. They're really nice. And my dad said some interesting things and it made me think as well. And so I just gonna put this out there because I think this is one of the things that I love about this show and I love about Corey as well. And I'm an educator that doesn't believe in education, which is hilarious.
And he'll explain that whenever you want.
Yeah, in and of itself. But like I wrote a 200-page book about like how education is disconnected from the world, which is part of the reason I love what Uplift is doing with Haitian roots, by the way, because I think that's real world education that works. And so not to go too far off topic, but here's the thing: if you own your own company, because I honestly believe that we have fundamental problems in the world today with society and how economy is managed, how economy is run. Corey's touched on this when it comes to like artist rights and things like that, and people like not being rewarded for their creations. And I have issues with like serious, companies like there's kids in China that are building iPads that will never own one. And there's kids in first world countries. Most kids don't, but there's kids in first world countries who, complain because it doesn't work and they don't know how to build one. And I think that this is a flaw with society. And so here's the thing that I like about what we do together, Corey. So if you own a company and you're out there, you can quote me on this, but the best move you could ever make is to run your company like we run the show, because that's what Corey does. And that's what he taught me. It's brilliant to just get online and put it all out there. And when you get online and you put it all out there, you don't need to take time for the meetings that are boring. You just get to do it like in a cool environment like this, watching someone place concrete blocks around sea lanterns. No, but I'm serious. Like, I think that like it was a really good learning experience for me. And I think if you look at company structures, right, like the most popular companies in the world, Google, I mean, you can have a massage and play ping pong if you want. And it works, right? Like,
I don't know about the massage ping pong thing. Like, we're gonna have to talk about that. But yeah, like I would highly recommend everybody go check out Derek Sever's book, How to Get Anything You Want. It's actually about his creating CD Baby as a startup. And the kind of principles and systems that he put in place as a thinking in terms of like a company as life design, right? Because like we're all this is what we do now, right? And it's pretty intense. So to whatever extent we can, because we grind like motherfuckers, right? Like we do this 18 hours a day. Yeah. So in any extent that we can make that a really rewarding creative experience is something that is not just interesting to me, it's essential. Right. It's like we're spinning up worlds. You can't have people that are hating life spinning up worlds. That'll bleed into the worlds. They got to be super excited, and that's real. Like we have a strange job.
Yeah, really strange job. Like a
Right?
strange job where like I can't keep up, and I'm like upset about the fact that I can't keep up because I want to be able to keep up because I want to be able to do more work. Like that's like the weird world that we live in, right? Like
it's
it's
strange.
really nuts.
It really is.
Like it's cool, but yeah. That's kind of my thing. What I thought I knew what you were doing, but now I'm just completely lost.
I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing, dude. I'm just messing around.
I like it. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, this is going to be the Uplift World. I think we should. I don't know if you want to mention it, but you and I and Cowie had this conversation about maybe some Telegram people who have been doing things. Is this not the right time for that?
It's not.
Okay.
We'll do it. We'll do it soon.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I didn't think
we'll let those people know.
Yeah.
When it's time. Yeah. Now you can be like, oh look, we can walk over to this place and then we. Somebody tried to swim in lava. Oops.
Yeah. I still get a kick out of the fact that like when Michael EOSIO came into the survival world, that he realized that it's actually not that difficult. Sorry, he realized it's not that difficult to die.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So, what are you guys doing over there? Are you guys trying to die over there? No, man.
No, we're just good at it. Oops.
I mean, and like I was shocked that the best person at dying is Anders.
Yeah.
Hey.
Are
we gonna I think we're gonna do a live stream for the Legend drop. I think we have to.
Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah, no, we'll be live for it. I'm gonna be super boring because I'm gonna try and get as many of those $1 things as I can.
Yeah, but I think we should invite Anders as well. And then Blue will be on the channel, and maybe even Ken, because he's always fun to have on the live stream. And I mean, the more people to distract you, the better my chances are. So I kind of like that.
Well, we can't have Anders. Like, let's not even tell Anders it's happening.
Oh man, that's so mean.
Anders literally beats me at every mint sprint ever. Like it's like become a tradition. So like if Anders is around, like mint number 1 is going to him, and everyone else can go fuck themselves, which is sad but true.
Yeah. So question one, Bradley Baker wants to know what texture resource pack is it that you're using? I guess.
I'm not using a resource pack right now. And the shader is Sildur, SILDUR, just because like it does the best, like God rays, which sunrise. I'm a little bit kind of fixated on that, and so that's why.
Yeah, we need like a honestly, dude. I think we need I want to do this. We need like a what's that show called that they used to do, like the Jeopardy? We need like an Uplift Jeopardy at some point. I think that would be just a really fun like New Year's Eve event. Like I could totally see you, me, Nick, some of the people on there, and we just like we ask questions in the comments. What's Corey Cottrell's favorite time of day? And the first person to answer sunset, then they get an NFT. I think this would be pretty cool, right? Sunrise.
I've heard crazier ideas. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to come up with some test questions, I think that would be really fun. But yeah, I think like we've got 33 people watching right now, and I think if you guys drop your Wax accounts in the comments from now, I probably won't have time tomorrow, but I'll go through like tomorrow or the day after, and I'll pick a few random people to send some of our show NFTs to that we've accumulated in our Wax account via donations and stuff.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, so drop them in there, guys.
That's cool.
Eduard VS. I saw you in the Telegram today, and I just want to shout out Eduard. I don't know how long you've been in the community, but can I just say like one of the coolest, nicest, and relaxed people I've ever had integrations with, and we really appreciate it. We really appreciate people like you who come in and ask solid questions without bias, and just want to understand things, and also like help other people to understand things after you've figured them out yourself, because this is the community that we built. There's a lot of other people in there as well, but I just saw you pop up on our stream. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for being you in our channels and upholding our uplift mission, I guess.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I got a tunnel huddle in 29 minutes, and I know the devs have been doing all sorts of stuff this morning, and I need to update with them. By the way, if you want updates on the, we just did this last night. Leora, the rock star, I believe, got this done. You can go to theuplift.world, click on news. Jimmy, you can click on news and get the most important latest updates forever and ever and ever. You never have to look at another pin message again if you don't want to. And boom, right? So theuplift.world, click on news, and it will have details on the Our Planet warning and the probe event and how to get free land in London if you were part of that first sale. Or again, when we take this snapshot on the 20th at noon, have your Our Planet stuff out of Our Planet by the 20th at noon. So whatever you have in your wallet is what counts, right? So if you buy a rail and you buy, a Genesis NFT, and you want to make sure they're at a 3-to-1, 3 rail to 1 of these NFT ratios, because that's how we're awarding land in London. You could do that now if you wanted to do that, right? Just because a lot of people had some questions about that. The other question we got about it, which was good, are we targeting the rail that's still in packs? And the answer to that is yes, and stuff like that. So details, things, the uplift.world, click on news. Yeah. And
I have a couple more things just to say before we go. Number one, and I'll make it quick, I promise, Greg. Number one, there should be a blog up by the end of the weekend as well. So yeah, check news, check the blog. I got confirmation from our rockstar dev dude Dennis that he's put that out there. And Bitcoin Blues Brothers, man, we love you.
So
Bitcoin Blues Brothers,
I love that guy.
has a question. He said, Jimmy, this is a friend's wallet. Is that okay? Man, of course it's okay. If you want to gift a free, you know what? I'm sending that wallet an NFT just because you're awesome.
Right? Yeah, they get two compliments of Bitcoin Blues Brother. I just want to shout out Tech Geek for his show idea, the Uplift News Daily. I mean, that's kind of what we do, but that's not our intent. So if you want to do that show on this channel, do a 5 to 15 minute Uplift News Daily. That I think would be a really good idea. Or, Jimmy, I was talking to, if you don't want to do that, let me know. Because I think it'd be hilarious if you just were watching and suddenly you were just on our channel all the time. It'd be really fun.
And it's funny because this is the thing. We don't really have an upload. We come in here and we do random stuff. But what's funny about it is Greg, he's our emergency warning update dude. He just
yeah, he's so good. And he'll hey, people don't have any clue how to use the 2D map. I'm just gonna go online and show people how to do the 2D map. Thanks, man. Hey, smart digital payments, and then I gotta run the blog through the email, please. I don't have time to keep up, but it's important to me. I completely and totally agree with that. That's going to be the first thing on my list to talk to them about in the dev meeting that starts at 29 minutes. I need more coffee, so I'm going to go do that. You guys are fucking fantastic. Jimmy, do the thing.